Conor McGregor has announced his acting debut in the reimagining of the classic 80s action flick Roadhouse alongside Jake Gyllenhaal. But McGregor isn't the only one. Let's find out which are the top 5 UFC stars who appeared in Hollywood movies. Bas Rutten, Paul Blart, Mall Cop. Bas Rutten is a fan favourite of many long-time viewers who were fortunate enough to witness his glory days. The former UFC heavyweight champ had a dominant career with over 30 fights and only 4 losses, making him a bona fide legend of the sport. However, younger fans may know him better for appearing in a couple of comedies alongside Kevin James. In 2009's Paul Blart Mall Cop, Rutten plays a drill instructor when the movie's main character attempts to pass the physical exam to become a member of the New Jersey police force. Rutten may have been a minor character in the movie, but he was brought back to reprise his role in the 2015 sequel Paul Blart 2. Needless to say, James appeared to have enjoyed working with Rutten. The UFC legend was also tapped to play a major part in the 2012 comedy Here Comes the Boom, in which James also starred and co-produced. Quinton Rampage Jackson, the A-Team. In his prime, Rampage Jackson was one of the scariest fighters in the octagon. Surprisingly, Rampage is also known to be one of the funniest guys outside the cage, as was evident by his hilarious interactions with journalist Ariel Helwani and other media members. His magnetic personality and charm helped Rampage land a major role in the 2010 blockbuster adaptation of the 1980s classic TV show The A-Team. The former UFC light heavyweight champ played Sergeant B.A. Baracus, who was famously portrayed by Mr. T on the original show. Talk about having big shoes to fill. Rampage joined a star-studded cast in the reboot, which featured Liam Neeson as Hannibal, Bradley Cooper as Face, and Sholto Copley as Murdoch. Unfortunately, the movie didn't do great numbers despite its name cast and blockbuster status. Just the same, sharing the screen with the likes of Neeson and Cooper is an achievement in itself, especially for a rookie actor like Jackson. Randy Couture, The Expendables. Randy Couture is undoubtedly one of the most iconic fighters in UFC history. Only a select few rivals can challenge him in both MMA and Greco-Roman. With that in mind, it's only fitting for the former UFC heavyweight and light heavyweight champ to be part of an action movie with an all-star cast. The Expendables grouped together a legendary roster of action stars of the 80s and 90s era. The cast was led by Sylvester Stallone alongside Jason Statham, Jet Li and Dolph Lundgren. What made the movie even more interesting was the inclusion of sporting icons like Couture and Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Natural appeared in all 3 of the Expendables movies, playing the role of Toll Road, the mercenary squad's demolition expert. Couture had quite a lengthy exposure in the film, which is even more impressive considering he's one of the least experienced actors on the cast. The former 2-division UFC champion also made a couple of notable TV appearances on The King of Queens and Hawaii Five-0. Ronda Rousey, Furious 7. In the past decade, Ronda Rousey rose to the top and became the most popular individual in the world of sports. A pioneer in women's MMA, Rowdy was at the time the UFC's main attraction and biggest cash cow. At the peak of her powers, Rousey was everywhere. Commercials, talk shows, magazines, billboards, you name it. But perhaps Rousey's most impressive exposure was playing a role in one of the biggest movie franchises of all time. In 2015, then UFC Women's Bantamweight champ Rousey bagged a cameo role in the film Fast 7, 7th installment of the iconic The Fast and the Furious franchise. Playing the role of Cara, Rousey displayed her real-life fighting skills in an epic showdown with the main character Letty Ortiz, who's portrayed by Michelle Rodriguez throughout the series of movies. Rousey's acting prowess was also put on display when she pursued a career in professional wrestling, and is still a major presence in the sports entertainment industry today. George St. Pierre, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Many consider UFC legend George St. Pierre the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. How good is he at fighting? Well, let's just say he gave Captain America a run for his money. Jokes aside, GSP's appearance in 2014's Captain America the Winter Soldier is inarguably one of the most notable UFC fighter appearances in a high-profile movie. The French-Canadian icon played the role of Batroc the Leaper, a villainous mercenary and master of martial arts. While St. Pierre appeared early in the film, he did get a chance to show off his fighting skills against Chris Evans' Captain America. The UFC superstar also paid homage to the sport by utilizing a few recognizable MMA moves during the fight scene. His appearance may only have clocked in at around just over a minute, but it's undeniable that he stole the show much like he used to back in the day. And that's our list. Do you think Conor McGregor has what it takes to break box office records like he did with the UFC? Will he leave the octagon to pursue greener pastures in Hollywood like Gina Carano? Keep your eyes peeled on Sportskeeda MMA to learn more about the recent developments.